here today to give you some little tips on how to cook bacon where you're not going to burn it, and also so that it's not splattering all over the place and popping in your face and all that. So it starts with actually turning the stove on to medium, to maybe just slightly above medium. You don't want it on a high heat. You don't want it on super low heat either, but the key to cooking a really good bacon is to have it kind of like on a medium, slightly, maybe just slightly above medium, so that you're getting a nice evenly cooked and nice evenly brown bacon. The thing of it is that you really want to make sure that your pan gets nice and hot. So what we're going to do here, we're going to set this timer for 2 minutes and let that pan get good and hot before we put the bacon into the pan. This way, when the bacon reaches the pan, it immediately starts sizzling and starts to cook. But you shouldn't get any popping around onto, the popping part. The splatter you're still going to have, that's just inevitable. But a lot of people, they cook bacon. They've asked me, like, how do you cook bacon without it popping everywhere and popping onto you and causing those nice little grease blisters that you can get. So here's the key, is having it on a lower heat. Again, some people have one terminology for cooking, and that's high heat. You got to start using lower heat with cooking your items. So give me 1 second. Let me go grab some paper towels. And also I'm going to grab a plate, because we're going to put the bacon, when it's finished, we're going to put the bacon on some paper towels onto the plate. So if you do not have paper towels, you can either put it on a wired rack and let the grease drip off of it there, or if you have some like paper bags, you can also put paper bags down and use those as well. Let's see. This should be getting nice and hot. I feel that. Not overly hot, but it's still nice and hot. We like using the right Applewood smoked bacon. You can use whatever bacon that you would like. So anyway, here we go. Always make sure the first thing that you do is wash your hands before anything. When you finish putting this bacon carefully into the pan, you're going to want to wash your hands again, so not to have any food cross-contamination. And you'll see a thicker side and a thinner side. I like to kind of reverse them. So as you see, the thinner side is over here. So now I'm going to put the thinner side on this side. And I'm just going to gently, as you see, it's not popping. Just a nice sizzle. Also, to kind of let you guys know, for those of you who have a food saver, if you're not using them, definitely use your food saver, because food savers have been keeping bacon for us for a very long time. So when we're done with the bacon, the rest of it we'll put into a food saver bag and vacuum seal it, and it makes the bacon last quite a bit longer. Yeah, I'm washing my hands. Ladies, for those who have nails, make sure you get up underneath your nails. Bacteria hides up under there. Okay. You can either use a spatula or you can use tongs. Here I'm using a spatula. Kind of like pushing down those parts that are pushing up a little bit. And move them around, make sure they're not sticking to each other. See, you can check them out here. As you can see, I don't have it on a super high heat, so I'm right here. Okay. You'll begin to start seeing them browning on the sides of the bacon. When they start to do some browning, you'll know that it might be about time to flip them over. But as you notice, still no popping. There's no aggressive popping. I'm not getting burned. There's still a little bit of splatter around, but you're not going to get around that. I've even used the screen covers to try to prevent that. Sometimes I feel like it makes a little bit more of a mess than using nothing. So if you're using a smaller pan like this, sometimes I like to kind of move these a little bit, so just so that I have a nice even browning. So sometimes I'll just kind of push this in and put this on the outside, just like that, so that this has a little bit of the center heat, and same on this side. Just kind of move it around a little bit. Nice and slow. The whole key behind this is nice and slow. You're still going to get a nice crispy bacon, but it's going to be beautiful in color, and it's going to be very flavorful. I know some people are terrified to cook bacon because they've been splattered once or twice, or with those popping. But again, it's just because they've used too high of heat. So we don't want you afraid of cooking. We want you to have fun with cooking. There's the whole idea behind it. Now there's also another way you can cook this too. Believe it or not, you can actually cook bacon on parchment paper on a cookie sheet and placing it in the oven on 350 degrees. And you kind of just let it sit in there. You check on it from time to time, but you let it sit in there for, I would say, probably a good 10-15 minutes, you know. Make sure to check on it though. You want to make sure that you're not going to burn it, but a lot of times those come out so beautiful. It's incredible. But this is the traditional way of cooking bacon. So now I'm going to flip this over and just check it on one side. You can see that it's got some browning here. I technically will flip all of these over and let the other side brown a little bit, and then I'll flip them over one more time. Sometimes I just let them sit, but I don't want them getting too crispy on one side and then not the other. So. But it's definitely getting this beautiful caramel color, beautiful brown. Nice and easy. Smells delicious already. Amazing. Just let it sit. Let it do its thing. It's magic. I'm going to show you again. Look at how beautiful that's starting to come out. Nice and beautiful brown. No splattering or popping. Little tiny splatters, but those are just coming from the low part of the pan. Again, I'm gonna flip them or pull them around a little bit just to kind of make sure that everything's even. What I look for in bacon whenever I'm at the grocery store, I try to find bacon that kind of has, you know, equal amounts meat and equal amounts fat. It doesn't always happen that way, and I don't always buy it that way. It's just kind of like my preference that I like. I like to have a little bit more meat on my bacon than fat. I mean, bacon's just a fatty meat anyway, but I do like to have a little bit more meat than normal, than you normally see. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip this over now again. And now we're getting to the finished product. And you'll get to see here in just one second how absolutely beautiful these are. Once you flip them over, it's not going to take long. It's literally going to take seconds for the other side to finish. So don't just leave it alone for too long, because you will end up with burnt bacon. So let me go ahead and show this to you, because I've got to have to take it off of the. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that bacon is. All right. I think those are just about done. Definitely don't want to burn the bacon. I'm going to turn this off because this still is cooking. We're going to take our paper towels and we're going to lay these down on the paper towels. And then I'm going to put the pan off of the burner. And then we've got some beautiful, beautiful bacons here. Absolutely gorgeous. And that is how you make bacon. Isn't that gorgeous? Nice, beautiful, golden brown, not burned, and I can guarantee you the flavor is going to be remarkable. I hope you guys enjoyed this tip on how to make bacon. And you guys have a lovely day. Thanks so much.